Cesarewitch.
Cesarewitch. I mean, look, I watched it several times. I thought he got a lovely ride. He gave him 5 smacks. He gathered him back up, gave him another 5 smacks. Time to respond, which, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Forget about that.
But there was nothing offensive about the ride.
But he broke the rules.
He broke the rules. Now, look, we know that 10 smacks or more, you're going to get thrown out. And the big problem and the travesty of what happened on Saturday is if the stewards are unable to count to 10 on the day, then either they're not capable of doing the job or the rule isn't fit for purpose. To turn around and then take the race away from that horse on Tuesday is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, it's two
because
rules, isn't it?
It's one by default.
Yeah,
you know?
But it's also one rule for punters and one rule for the owners.
But like, if they're gonna make it a cardinal sin, make it a cardinal sin and make the decision on the day. Everyone will be a lot happier, and it'll be done and dusted.
Or create some good rules, proper rules that work.
Proper rules.
Yeah.
I tend to agree with you.
I will butt in here just for one thing about this. This I find hilarious because it's so sad for the sport. One of the questions that's been asked is, did the 10th hit make contact? But it's irrelevant, isn't it? It doesn't matter whether it touched the horse because the whole point of this is there's no welfare issue involved here.
No.
OK? We've created these rules, I believe, and I don't know this for a fact because I'm not allowed to speak to the BHA about it. Their hierarchy have so little confidence in their rules that they won't discuss them with someone like me. But let's just go back to why we think that these rules are in place. It's not a welfare issue, so it's not about welfare. It's not for the good of the horse, none of that. It's because the powers that be are concerned that those at home might think that there's a welfare issue. That, as far as I'm concerned, is the issue.
Yeah.
So if this guy went to hit the horse 10 times but didn't, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether it connected or not, does it?
No.
Because to the person at home,
it's the intent, yeah.
He's looked as though he's hitting it 10 times.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether he hits it 1 time and looks as though he's hitting it 15.
But, I mean...
Makes no difference.
They're going to have egg on the face if they turn around and say he's hit it 9 times, because then you're going, well, hang on a minute, what is the rule?
Right.
I mean...
Well, let's have a look at the rules. Again, in my opinion, these are, from top to bottom, rubbish, but these are the rules, because, as I've said, they've been created by a team which is disappearing. Doesn't want to work in racing anymore. A rider must not use their whip more than 6 times in a flat race. Should the whip be used 4 times or above, as you said, Seb, the horse and rider will be disqualified from the race, although not immediately. If a rider is found to have committed an offence, large fines, all that kind of rubbish. And we go on to the next one. These are the penalties. I mean, all of this is kind of irrelevant, isn't it? It's just nonsense, all of it. But the point is, what should have happened a few years ago is that in this instance with the whip, every racing nation should have got together. We shouldn't have had a few people at the BHA who thought they could pop in and then when they left in a year or year's time, they could stick on their CV, oh, we really cared about horses and we really solved the whip issue. No, you didn't. You messed the whole thing up. You ruined it all. But of course it will look good on the CV. Yes, we care about horses. So we put in these new whip rules and haven't we been brilliant? But, no, you haven't. No, you haven't.
What I can't understand is why they haven't got the bottle to take it out on the day. Why have they got to wait till Tuesday? They've got all the cameras. They can count to 10. Quite easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But to be fair, have they got as many angles? I don't know. Have they?
I mean, I've watched...
Well, our team are saying they do. So they do have as many angles on the day.
I've watched the race from basically one angle, and it was blatantly obvious. Blatantly obvious.
But as I say, whether he hit or didn't hit should be irrelevant, because this is only about optics.
Yeah.
It's not about horse welfare.
No.
It's about optics. And therefore, if that last stroke hit the horse or didn't hit the horse, you know, basically what I'm saying is, Seb, and obviously this is a completely hypothetical, crazy suggestion, but if a jockey comes down the home straight and looks as though he's hitting his horse 30 times like this, but none of them make contact, that should be the same ban as if he hit it 30 times. Because it's about the optic. It's not about the hitting of the horse.
Right, OK. I mean, I've done that.
Confidential lady.
I know, I threw in an air shot.
Right.
And when they first bought you remember when they bought the rule out, when Soumillon got the ridiculous fine? And I threw in an air shot. And they had me in the steward's room, and they had to let me off because I did an air shot. Yeah. But in the same circumstance, I won on Blitzkrieg in the autumn stakes, and the last smack, I missed the horse. Pretty similar to what happened at the weekend, and they wouldn't accept that I hadn't tried to. I'd missed it.
But I mean, to be honest with you, as I say, I cannot see the difference. Are we really in a sport that if, let's just say, those in authority on Tuesday morning, tomorrow morning, find that Jamie missed that last stroke, are we really saying that we will then tell the world, because the jockey missed and messed up, he's all OK? That's what we're telling the world. This jockey went to hit the horse and missed, and we're saying, OK, that's cool, you've done really well there. Because you messed up and you didn't hit it, you can keep the race. It's completely bonkers.
No, it's not good. It's not good. If they don't throw this horse out tomorrow, they're in a spot of bother. They're in more trouble than what they were for it getting beat on Saturday.
OK.
But if they're going to have a rule like this, right, they've got to make it a cardinal sin. A bit like dropping your hands. They've got to make it a cardinal sin.